Jean-Paul, how are you doing? I'm currently in Richmond Park. This is kind of like a smaller section called Isabella Plantation, which is a very lovely, nice garden. I'm working here on my next video, relaxation, nature and relaxation video, because I, kind of enjoy making them. But anyway, in this video, why personal development doesn't work for you. So let's talk about that. Because I also have noticed, I made a little step of progress and then I fall back. I made a tiny little step of progress and then I fall back. But first of all, why should you practice personal development? Let's first talk about that. Because most people think it's some kind of luxury, or you only need it when you have a serious issue, when you have a serious problem, when you have like a mental health issue or something is really, really wrong with you. That's why you need to work on yourself and stuff like that. Others say, we are only here on this planet to grow and to evolve as a human being, to grow our spirit, right? And I kind of resonate with that idea. But another thing is, let's say, you went into a direction, let's say, for example, into your career, you were putting the ladder against the wrong wall for you. Okay, because you start to struggle with stress, anxiety, feelings of depression, you're depleting your spirit, you're not enjoying it anymore, you're feeling burnt out, you're feeling mental, emotional, exhausted. So then you think, hey, wait a minute, this cannot work for me anymore. So then you start to wonder, so what is it, what is it that can work for me? And then you start to explore maybe a different kind of interest. But because you are basically programmed to do well in this area, I'm going to give you more like a personal example, because I always thought I was this highly determined, strong, driven, motivated entrepreneur that wants to have success, that wants to have it all, and wants to have financial material abundance. Now, of course, we all want that in some way, but that's also an idea that is kind of projected on us by society on what we should have and what we should do and all that kind of thing. Because maybe in early childhood, we were maybe taught that our environment doesn't feel like safe, secure, and we feel like base, we feel grounded on. Okay, so we're kind of missing a base, for example. Then we get projected an idea that if we go into that direction, then we can experience safety, security, recognition. So then we believe, okay, so if you go into that direction, then I can build up my identity, right? My socially accepted identity. Okay, then I belong, because that's eventually what we all want as human beings, is to belong to something. But now we have this identity built up, over the years, because we have walked the path in a certain type of direction. Now we have this self-image on what we should be doing, what we should be having, who we think we are. That's the problem, who we think we are. But then at the deeper level, we feel that's not the right thing for us. We think this is how we should be, but we feel this is not the right thing for us. And then we go into maybe a new path, a new direction that feels better for us, but our thinking is not in line with it yet, because our thinking is still attached to this old self-image, this old identity. So then it actually becomes a process to become really aware of our thoughts, our thinking, like how we think who we are and who we think we should be, who do we think we should be and what we should be doing and what we should be having and stuff like that. And is to become really aware of that and then see, okay, so what kind of images does not belong to me anymore, is not serving me anymore, and what kind of images do I want to align myself with that resonate more with who I choose to be, right? So if you want to go from, let's say, an entrepreneur to become an artist, of course the first thing that's come up with you, like, hey, you know, maybe it feels right to be creative, to express myself, and you know, that kind of thing, but it makes no sense how in the earth that is going to provide for myself and for my family, how in the earth that is going to make me money. I mean, the idea that we have about being an artist is like, you know, you're like the broke artist. You know, how am I going to make money with that? Well, you can't have like a big profit margin and doing that kind of thing. So we're thinking a whole lot of things, but we're not really in touch with feeling what feels right for us, that gives us joy, peace, happiness. So the real purpose, of course, of personal development is, you know, is to change your self-image, right? To a way that is more in line with what feels right for you, because feeling, that is like your internal compass, you know, your internal guidance system. That is really where you can step into your own abundant flow of inspiration, because, you know, to be inspired, it also means to be in spirit. So when you tune into that, then eventually things can start to flow for you. But what is in your way are, of course, your mental filters. So the whole thing of personal development, you know, is to become aware of that, embrace your old self-image, and then simply choose to let it go and align yourself more with what is better for you. Now, the problem with personal development is that, you know, we think it's luxury, we think we have a problem, and, you know, it only costs us money. What is actually costing you more is not aligning yourself with who you choose to be and who do you want to become, right? That is costing you much more than just money. It's costing your mental, emotional health, well-being, your happiness, you know, your joy and your love for yourself and for what you want to bring to your world. It's also kind of like suppressing your gifts. You're not really exploring your gifts, you're not experiencing your gifts, and you're not sharing your gifts. So that's really the big cost that comes with not committing yourself to personal development. So the real problem with personal development is that we are not practicing personal development enough, right? Hey, if you have figured out your life purpose, you're living on track, you have it all together, you know, you are healthy, you're fit, you're in a beautiful relationship, and you have the dream career, the dream business, or whatever it is you want, perfect, you know, you don't need personal development. But if one of these life areas is not in line with who you choose to be, then, you know, you got work to do. So there's like a squirrel staring at me all the time. He's expecting something from me, maybe a snack, because he wants his fee, because I took a photograph of him. Let me see if I can bring it into image. I will quickly bring it into image so you know kind of really what I'm talking about. But it's kind of cute when you just, you know, be here, you're just relaxing, and an animal stare at you. Anyway, to wrap it up, is that the problem of personal development is that we're not practicing it enough, because we only go to a workshop once every few months, maybe once or twice a year. And then we grow a little bit and then we fall back. We grow a little bit, we fall back, and we go back to this old self-image, you know, our old way of thinking, our old habits that is like, you know, crushing you from the inside out. So what is, if you really want change, if you really want a true transformation, then, you know, you got to make a decision and make a commitment that you practice this every single day until, you know, you are 100%, 200% in a line with that what truly inspires you. So that's why until then, you know, get a personal development, create a personal development plan for yourself. If you don't know where to go, I've got another video about that explains it a little bit more. And then really practice this each and every single day. Mindfulness, meditation, doing the self-reflection work, right? Following different kind of programs, listening to inspirational speakers and such. So anyway, I hope this is helpful. I hope you saw some new insights in this video. If so, then, you know, feel free to leave a comment below, leave a thought below, and otherwise also make sure to subscribe to this channel for more of these type of videos, and also to check out my upcoming nature relaxation video. Shapal here, take care for now, bye bye.